Hi, I'm Shauna, this is Shauna's World. Welcome back to my channel where I make videos about living intentionally. If that sounds like something you might be interested in, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And you can also follow me on Instagram at Shauna's World. Oh my goodness. It is just under 2 weeks until I run 111 kilometers at Nice Cote by UTMB. I've been documenting the journey over the last, I think 5 or so weeks, and I can't believe how quickly things have come around. If I'm honest, training has not been what I dreamed of. I have had a lot of wobbliness over the last couple of weeks, but at the same time, I'm so excited for this race. And I've been juggling a lot with work being really busy and living situation stuff and social stuff. And I wish I had more mental capacity to dedicate to running. It's a new week, it's Monday today, and I am actually supposed to have a 45-minute easy run in my plan today. But basically, I am not going to get out tonight to do it because I have a really early start tomorrow morning for a work event I'm hosting in Yorkshire. I live in Devon, so it's a long way to travel. I have like a 6 a.m. train. I really didn't want to have this event on the week before I leave for Nice, but it was the only time it worked out. And I really want to get out for my run tonight, but work is just, I have to get everything tied up before this event. So it's like 7:20 now, and I've got about half a presentation to finish. And I need to practice it, so that's going to be this evening. So I'm just having some dinner, really focusing on getting my protein and carbs in the run up to this race. So I've got 2 pieces of French toast with vegan bacon, cottage cheese, and loads of like salad and spinach and a bit of avocado. So lots of goodness, and I'm really focusing on trying to get my sleep in, but this is going to be a tough week for sleep. But yeah, I'm just like multitasking, working, eating, talking to you, and I need to crack on. It is Tuesday. Things haven't gone to plan today. So I've come away for work. I'm in Yorkshire at the moment, and yeah, came up today to just meet my boss and get some bits done in advance, and staying in a really nice hotel just near the nature reserve where my work event is. Yeah, I had in my plan today a 60-minute run, which was going to be 20 minutes easy, 20 minutes moderate, 20 minutes easy. Not bad, easily done, but I was exhausted. According to my chorus, I only slept for 24 minutes last night. So I've been feeling really on edge today. I didn't have any caffeine, which I'd usually do if I hadn't slept, but I know this close to race day, it will really mess with my system, and then I might go into fatigue, so I have to be really careful. So I was supposed to do this hour-long run. I was going to do it on the treadmill and then jump in the sauna because I'm supposed to be doing heat adaptation training starting from this week. I just got to the end of my work day. I'd been catching up with my boss all afternoon, and I was just like, I cannot face this run. So I just had a sauna. I did about 40 minutes in the sauna. Usually when I sauna, I do the whole go in the sauna and then go in the cold plunge or the cold shower and go back and forth for the whole time I'm in there. But the whole thing with heat adaptation training is you want to get your core temperature as hot as possible so your body adapts to it. So I just stayed in the sauna for 40 minutes, no breaks. It was hard. I would say it was an endurance test, and I would say by the end of that it was type 2 fun. I was not having the best time, and I was just kind of forcing myself through it. But when I came out at the end, the afterglow was amazing. I felt so good. Yeah, obviously it's not ideal that I haven't done my run today. I didn't do my run yesterday, so it's like almost halfway through the week and I haven't run yet. It's the taper. Obviously I'm not going to be adding fitness at this point, but I really want to kind of stay feeling fresh. I'm frustrated, but I find the taper never goes to plan, and I am someone who does prefer to err on the side of too little in taper over too much, because I get worried I've overdone it and I'm going to be tired. So for me, it's not the end of the world, but obviously for keeping myself fresh and feeling good at the start of the race, it's not ideal. So it's Thursday. I've had quite a week. It's been a really intense work week, and I have not done a single run this week, which is a little bit alarming. I am absolutely knackered. I'm leaving Devon tomorrow early, heading to London for a couple of days before getting my Eurostar to Nice. And I haven't really started packing, but I'm making some space for the wonderful Mags, who is here, and we're just having a bit of a goodbye, and yeah, she's come round to spread the love and wish me luck before the event. And from my point of view, it's a really nice feeling to connect with someone I care so much about when I think I have a bit of a thing, like I'm really excited for this race, but going out there on my own and kind of not having someone around to bounce off of, I'm like really leaning on these kind of connections before I go, so I can take them with me, and it'll be like having people with me at the race and at the finish line.
You've got this, Shauna! And I feel like I played a very key role in doing the washing up just now. I'm here to help.
In all the overwhelm, I decided the most helpful thing I could do was to see what the upcoming race had in store for me. So I did what any self-respecting athlete would do and pulled an animal oracle card.
Sandpiper spirit, be playful. I feel like that's really appropriate.
Sandpipers are like cute little clowns, poking their beaks into the sand before darting off to chase the waves. The appearance of Sandpiper spirit is a sign that now is a time to engage your playfulness. Sandpiper spirit's happy and curious nature can help you to feel rejuvenated as you remember your ability to run and fly and
How does this always happen?
After Mags left, I went full pelt on packing. My room was a mess. I felt like I was overpacking, yet probably forgetting things. But I eventually managed to get everything together and was ready to travel down to London the next day to begin my journey to Nice.
Okay, it's Sunday morning and today is the day. I'm just waiting to get on my Eurostar, ready to go get in the Eurostar over to Paris and then the train down to Nice. The last week of training has been zero training, which is quite stressful, but I've just had the busiest time with work and life, and that's just how it's panned out. But I've got a week once I get to Nice to kind of get things off the ground and pick up some momentum again and finish off my taper strong. But I am very excited to be on the move and heading to Nice. I've just landed at Gare du Nord in Paris. It's so quick getting here from London, and then I just have to get the metro, I think a few stops over to Gare de Lyon to get the TGV to Nice. I've had a couple of hours since getting to Gare de Lyon before my train leaves for Nice, so I've just been having coffee and lunch in Pret of all places. Like, I can go to Pret in the UK anytime, but it is a little bit different from France, different options, but it's not long till my train now, and then I think it's about just under 6 hours down to Nice for this evening. Alright, I'm just about to get on the train. It's a TGV, and I've never taken a TGV before. This will be my first time, which is really cool, and they look like really great trains. I did just have a gallstones flare up while I was at the station, and it was really bad and really painful, and I thought I was going to be sick, but thankfully it didn't last too long, and now I'm doing okay, and I'm just gonna have a very chilled train journey. I'm gonna try not to eat or drink anything. Hopefully I'll be okay by the time I get to Nice. It is Monday. I usually start a new video for these lead up to the race on a Monday, but I did so little last week. I'm just gonna keep this video running up until race day, and I'll start a new video for race day. But I'm here in Nice. Yeah, I got in last night. I'm in my Airbnb, and it's so well located. It's in an area called Jean Médecin. I believe that is near the finish line of the race and where kind of the race village is, where I'll register and all of that, so that feels really convenient. It's also got lots of kind of nice plazas around, places to eat and go. I had a really late sleep this morning. I do need to run today, but I'm gonna go out and get some brunch and eat and just plan my day a little bit. I'm feeling quite discombobulated. I think I often feel discombobulated when I get to a new place, and I kind of feel quite apprehensive of venturing out, but I'm going to venture out, and looking forward to seeing a little bit of Nice. Super sunny and gorgeous here in Nice, just heading out to get some brunch, but I'm getting really good vibes, because when I arrived last night it was dark coming out of the train, so I didn't really see much, but it's just I don't know how, I think it's probably about 27 degrees today, really warm. I'm acclimatizing to the heat before my race, and the good vibes are flowing.
I went full-on terrible tourist, and instead of going to a nice, classy Niçoise restaurant, I opted for Cali Coffee Shop, who had a fantastic menu of Californian brunches. Unfortunately, by the time I got there, they'd stopped serving brunch, so I just had carrot cake and coffee, while listening to the very loud roadworks outside, but carrying on because I was too British to let the very nice staff know this wasn't the vibe I'd been looking for. My experience wasn't the best, but I really wanted to come back to try the French toast, egg breakfast burritos and homemade bagels.
It is bustling in Nice this evening. I'm just about to head out on my run. It's about 6 o'clock, so I waited till it was a little bit cooler. I should probably be running in the heat a bit to get used to it for race day, but I wanted to just, I think it's like 24 degrees, it's not too bad, but I just want to kind of my first run of being in this hotter weather feel a bit more comfortable. So I'm gonna head off now. I'm coming through the Jardin de Nice. Lots of people around, but it's not too busy, and just a lovely sense of spaciousness and fun here. Okay, this must be where it finishes, because I see the Nice Cote by UTMB sign. Very exciting. Gorgeous running along the seafront. It's really busy, really, really busy. I'm not sure if it'll be this way the whole way along. Oh, I can hear the waves crashing. This is magical. Right, turning round to the halfway point. Let's do it. Oh, that sky. Oh, it's nice to have the wind behind me as well now. It's quite windy. Run is done. I'm just heading back to my Airbnb and then I'm going to make some dinner. I'm feeling pretty good. I would say my body didn't feel amazing on that run. I had a bit of a hamstring niggle, which I don't think is real. I think it's just taper anxiety, but hopefully it'll even out. And then obviously I haven't run in a week, and I think cardiovascularly it did feel a bit more intense than I would hope for a 45-minute easy run. But actually my pace was a little bit quicker than my usual easy runs, although it was all flat. I'm just not going to set too much store. It was just an easy run. I haven't run in a week. Got a couple more easy runs to go before the race, and I'm sure that'll help boost my confidence a bit. I did not do that well post-run. I came back, I got stuck into some stuff, and it's now 20 past midnight. I haven't had a shower yet. I have things to do still, and I've been really trying to get my going to bed time earlier, because when it comes to race day on Saturday, I have a 6 a.m. shuttle bus that I have to take to the start line, and I'm getting really nervous about oversleeping or just being really tired. So I'm trying to shift my sleep times to earlier, but just my energy comes from about 9 p.m. onwards. Like, yeah, I've got so many ideas, there's things I want to work on, there's things I want to do, and I have to try and manage that. I want to be in bed by 1 a.m. at the latest, and then I can still get up at 9 and have 8 hours sleep. I've got, you know, this week of space before the race. I just want to give myself the absolute best chance I can of doing well come race day. It is Tuesday, my second full day in Nice, and I have not left my apartment all day, and I don't regret it. So I have a bit of a thing where I have a lot of time consuming hobbies, and one of those is YouTube, and I don't have enough time to put into it. And when I'm on holiday, I'm not working, and suddenly I have all this time to put into it. So I want to use my holiday time to work on my hobby, the thing that most lights me up. Then I also have a thing of being like, wow, I'm in Nice and I should be exploring things and seeing things, and I just want to get that balance right. But actually today I felt really cool to sit in front of my laptop. So I haven't been out at all, and I am just about to go for a run. I have in my plan today 45 minutes easy with some strides. The strides, I guess, are really important for keeping me tuned up and fresh and sharp before the race. But I'm feeling really anxious about this run. I think yesterday it was beautiful running along the seafront, but I didn't feel my best, and I think that's completely to be expected when I'd had a week off running, and that's really normal. But it's given me this anxiety about running today and that I won't feel good, and then I'll go into my race feeling anxious, or well, I'm already feeling anxious, but feeling, you know, unconfident and unprepared, and like it's not going to feel good. And now I know that doing the run is much more likely to make the race feel good come Saturday, but I'm just having this anxiety that if it doesn't feel good, the anxiety is gonna worsen. I really get a lot of emotional feels around my races. I just care so much, and I don't think I've ever cared so much about a race as I do about this one. My whole running year is riding on me finishing this, and I think this is gonna be the hardest race for me to hit the cutoffs ever. But then I also know I often really pull through on race day and really just go for it. But I can't just rely on that, because I don't know how I'll feel. So I'm just gonna head out now, and I'm actually not taking my GoPro out with me, so I'm not gonna film the run, and that is partly just because I'm feeling so anxious and I don't want another thing to think about. But I'm just gonna be doing the same run as you saw yesterday along the seafront, same amount of time, but I'll be including some strides in it, so pushing pretty hard for some 30-second bursts. But let's do this run. Oh, okay, back from my run. It was really fine once I was out. At first kilometre or so I felt a bit creaky, but I really enjoyed running strides and running a bit fast. I definitely still felt a little bit niggly in some ways, my hamstrings, my inner thighs. I'm going to do some stretching tonight. I think it's just paranoia, and I don't think there's anything actually wrong with me. But it was nice to be out on the seafront. So many runners out there, and I kept thinking, oh, are you running the UTMB race? Loads of signage up, more than yesterday. It is getting real. And I'm feeling so much better for having got out. You know, it's been really good to sit in front of my laptop, but I think I need to be leaving the apartment earlier in the day and kind of feeling into holiday mode a bit. So it is Wednesday today. I've had a bit of a slow start this morning. I keep going to bed too late when I really need to work on that because I've got my early start for the race on Saturday. But I slept in, got up, did my artist way, morning pages, and now it's already lunchtime and I'm gonna head out into Nice and do a bit of a self-guided walking tour. I am just gonna take it easy, put my headphones in, stop for coffees and read my book. Might check out some of the second-hand vintage shops, and I'm going to go out to the old town for the first time, see it all. So this area I'm passing through now is the Place Massena, and I've come through here every day on my way to my runs, but it is really kind of majestic and huge and just wonderful. Now heading down the Promenade de l'Anglais, which is where I've been running, but I'm going in the other direction towards the old town. The sea is looking especially blue today, and that is all the race stuff being set up. Oh, it's so exciting. I love seeing the palm trees because that's not something we get in the UK. That is a hot weather thing.
I headed up to Colline du Château, or Castle Hill, one of the best viewpoints over Nice. Normally I'd have been delighted to take the many stairs to the top, but with race day approaching I was sensible and saved my legs by taking the lift. Colline du Château is where Nice was first founded in the 3rd century BCE.
The Castle Hill is in the most gorgeous gardens. It's really peaceful walking around here. And then I'm going to head to the other side where there is a cemetery that's supposed to be really beautiful.
The Cimetière du Château stands on the old citadel of Nice. Some sections of the massive walls of the ancient fortress still remain. The cemetery was founded in 1783 and has around 2,800 graves.
I had planned to have a bit of a sit and read in a cafe, but the coffee shop I picked out, they looked really nice. It looked like really good coffee, but they didn't do decaf. And then the creperie I just went to and got lunch didn't do decaf. Or they did do decaf, but they'd run out. So I am just gonna sack that off for now. I've got a couple of other coffee shops marked on the map, but I'm gonna potter around some of the vintage shops and secondhand shops, and then hopefully end up at a nice coffee place afterwards that does do decaf.
Nice's old town is stunning with its narrow, winding streets and old buildings. It's also full of boutiques, including a lot of secondhand clothes shops I wanted to check out. Nice is a very fashionable city, full of chic designers. While that's not particularly my vibe, I enjoy second-hand shopping and thought a fashionable city could bring about some excellent bargain finds. I enjoyed browsing and found a couple of beautiful items, but sadly nothing in the right size or price range.
So this where I am is Place Rossetti. It is very, very busy, very vibing, but I'm going to go somewhere a little bit quieter, but it's really nice to see.
I finally managed to find somewhere to drink decaf coffee and read my book. Hobo Coffee had a great atmosphere. You can definitely find better coffee in the city, and it was also a little pricey, but for a cafe right in the middle of a tourist hotspot, the quality is good.
I'm back at my apartment and I'm going to join my running club social call shortly and just chill out until then, but I have quite a lot of race admin to do tonight. I'm going to go through the runner's guide that UTMB have sent across for this race and make sure I've got everything and done everything and have all the kit I need for the race. What is tomorrow, I'm doing my kit check. So I want to be as prepared as possible for that and make sure I'm not missing anything when I go for my bib collection. It is 10:40 p.m. and I've been trying to do race admin. I've made a list of things I need to do before the race. So I need to download and check the GPX file for the race. I need to cut my toenails, write down my time goals and cut-offs for each of the checkpoints. And then I want to have those written down, and I'm going to screenshot it on my phone and have it as my wallpaper on my phone, so that when I get to a checkpoint, I can see how on track I am, if I'm ahead of time, if I'm behind time, if I'm at risk of missing cut-offs. I need to make my race playlist because I have done an offer this week where if people donate £5 to my fundraising page, they can put a song on my race day playlist. I have to save the emergency numbers and then plan what's going to go in my drop bag, which I can have at one of the checkpoints around the halfway point. So I'm going to sort through my kit now and just double check I have everything, figure out what I'm packing, what needs to go in my drop bag at the halfway point. I do have a coaching call with my coach tomorrow, my last one before the race. So if I miss anything today, I can go through it with her tomorrow. It is Thursday, 2 days till race day. I've had a rocky start to today because I was on a coaching call with my coach. Then like just towards the end, I had a gallstones flare up and it was a really bad one. Thankfully, it wasn't a long one. It only lasted maybe like half an hour, 40 minutes, which is really short for me, but it was really intense. I was violently sick, lots of pain. I hope I'm just getting it all out of the way before the race, but it is worrying because I hadn't had a flare up in over a month, or not a serious one, and then I've had 2 in the last week. So I've just had kind of quite a slow day since then, and I haven't done that much getting ready. I am about to head out to do my bib collection and kit check. I really hope I have everything. This morning in my coaching call, I went through all of my kind of worries and fears and how I was going to overcome them or mitigate problems that might come up, and most of them it was just like, yeah, it's probably not going to be an issue, and then some of them it was like, yeah, it'll be really shit if that happens, but you'll deal with it, like if I DNF. But I'm not gonna DNF. Yeah, so I'm gonna head down now to the race village and get registered, get going. I'm heading down to kit check now and getting my bib. I feel a bit silly in how I'm dressed. I'm like in normal civilian clothes and a running pack. Anyway, who cares? I feel like so many feelings today that are kind of, yeah, just everything over the last weeks and months leading up to this, and so many ups and downs of training are all coming to a head, and I feel really kind of focused and like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna finish this race, and I'm gonna do it to the absolute best of my ability.
Okay, it's good now.
Thank you. Bonjour.
Hello.
Hello.
100 km. Limonade, citron. Voilà. Bonne course.
It's the infamous
Voilà, chez
UTMB
Dacia,
arches.
c'est Corentin et
In a
Thomas.
couple of days, I'm going to be running under that. Very exciting. Okay, that was all quite easy, and they, well, I did get a bit stressed because of the French speaking and my French not being très bon, but they didn't check my kit. They did say in the thing that they would only kind of spot check some people's kit, but I really thought, like, after I did Lakeland 50 and they were so tight, they checked every single thing on every single person, and even like the half marathon I did in January, it was the same, and they, yeah, didn't even check it, so that's good. I'll still make sure I have everything with me, but made it a bit less stressful. It's 10:30 in the evening. My day has not been as productive as I'd have liked, but I got a few bits done. I'm glad I've got my bib collection, but like the Airbnb is a mess and I'm struggling to get organised when it's a mess. So I'm trying to tidy it, but it's small, so it's hard to tidy things places, and I got food around. So it's 10:30. I kind of need to get to bed, but I want to have a blitz of the space, organise it a bit so that when I get up tomorrow, I can just get purely in focus mode. I have done most things I need to do, still pushing on my fundraising. I've had a really big wave of support this week. I've been really trying hard with my fundraising. So I'm trying to raise £1,000 this year for Free to Run, and I'm on just under 650, which feels really strong. And hopefully more to come. But I really need to get myself in gear and just get organised, stick to the list and stop faffing and dilly-dallying and scrolling and jumping from task to task. I'm not finding this easy, but I am, like, when I think about the race, I am feeling really driven, really grounded, like, okay. I mean, there's definitely really wobbly feelings and like anxiety and nerves, but it all feels healthy. Whereas like a week ago, it didn't feel healthy. I was like, why am I doing this? Why do I always do this to myself? I'm always so stressed before a race. And now I'm just like, no, I am going into this strong. It is Friday. Tomorrow, this time tomorrow, I'll be a few hours into running 111k. I can't believe the time has finally come. Well, not quite. So I'm just getting all my last minute bits ready. I'm also doing some sorting of my gels, which I did sort when I was back in the UK, but I didn't label them, so I divided them up. But I need to label them. I'm going to put them in food bags and make sure I've got them to hand for when I need them, and then I'll swap them in and out at aid stations. I need to sort my drop bag, so I'm going to put my gels for the second half of the race, some snacks and salty snacks, which will be very appreciated at that time, and maybe a change of socks. Well, I've got most of the stuff done today that I needed to. I did go out to try and go for a coffee and just chill out for a bit, but then I couldn't find anywhere that was doing decaf on the first couple of places I looked at, and then decided to just come back and drink decaf at home because I did not want to get tempted by caffeine and be up late tonight. Anyway, I'm going to finish this video now because I do still have a few bits to do getting ready for the race. But I've done my playlist, I've done most of my packing, and I think I just need to focus and close the video. This is the end of the preparation for Nice Cote d'Azur by UTMB, and it's race day tomorrow, so I'm going to be filming that. I'll be doing a whole new video of that, and a race day vlog. So that is it for this series. By the time you see this, it will probably be long after the race because I'm very behind on editing. But thank you so much for watching this journey, and I'm really excited to share race day with you. So please subscribe to the channel if you don't already, and then you'll definitely see race day video. And if you enjoyed these videos, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.